Hi guys and welcome to the first episode. So I'm coming back after a very long time. So if you're coming back with me, I just want to say welcome back. Well, welcome back. Thank you so much. I appreciate your effort, you guys. And obviously if this is your first time, whoo, welcome. Please stay till the end. Like, share, tell your friends to tell your friends. You know how the drill goes. And of course, if you like what I'm talking about, just go on to my comment section and plant. Do that. Because wow, I think I've got a lot that I need to be talking about. Woo! Alright. So if you follow me on Facebook, you would know that I actually did go live sometime last week and friendship, boundaries, and of course, the do's and don'ts, and the things that your friend has done that you don't like, or the things that you think you do that your friends don't like, But man, it's not like you will even know if you're doing anything wrong. Yeah, well, I want to start it off like this. I want to ask you something, right? Have you ever been in a position where you have to lower yourself to accommodate your friend's ego? Has it ever happened that you have to lower you? All right? Dim your light so that your friend's light can shine brighter. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Did you know that bullying exists actually in friendships? Hence, this is what I'm asking. Have you ever been in a position or in a friendship where you have to constantly lower yourself to accommodate somebody else's ego, to make somebody feel good about themselves? And listen, if this is what you do because this is the person that you are, it's within your personality, you're the kind of person that will, you understand, you're able to read the room, or this place where we ate, this is my friend's lane, and let me respect that. Let me, if whatever this is the kind of person you are, then we're not gonna blame anybody. I could judge. I will never judge you. But if this is done because you feel like it is requested or it is required of you to do in a friendship that you are in, then you are bullied. You guys don't want to believe this. Like, this is the most silliest thing that we can talk about. The most silliest, but the most important, because this kind of conversations we don't have. And this is why you would find that even great friendships has broken down. Even great people, like the kind of friendships I kind of like this friendship. I've messed up. It's this what I'm talking about right now. I feel like not a whole lot of people would agree with me. Mara, let me task you. I want to give you like a practical example. Go fetch that friend, is your closest friend or whatever. Go fetch that friend, come sit with that friend right now and go through this episode with them. And then check their reactions. Are they awkward after watching this with you? Are they offended after watching this with you? Are they defensive on things that I might bring up now? If all of those three, or even one of it, then red flag. Red flag, red flag. Then you need to start thinking and reconsidering and analyzing your friendship. Because why would a friend be uncomfortable with a conversation like this one, the friendship? My darling, friendship is not meant to bring butata to you. Understand this. Listen, friendship has to be your happy place. Ne? Like, men, we go through jolo, we go through relationships, marriages, and it comes with a whole lot of baggage, right? Friendships should be a whole lot less baggage. It shouldn't feel like that. It shouldn't feel heavy. This is where you unwind. This is where you distress. This is where you confide in. This is where you are your most self. But why do we lose good friendships? Why do we lose good friendships? Why are we not able to friendships or like the kind of friendship it would bring you peace, man, in your life. Like the kind of friendships that we see on TV and you're like, I think I want this kind of a friendship. I want this kind of a, do you understand what I mean? And this is not coming from a professional or anything like that, but it's coming from a regular girl from next door, me, like your regular Dineo or your regular Mapula who's gonna be walking down the street. Why are we not able to sustain and maintain friendships tailoring they bring us peace? Why? And you've guessed it right. So let me tell you a little bit about me. I've said it all the time, and then I realized, no man, I came across I came up with not even with a solution, but then an answer. Eloring, I never knew about myself. I never knew this, and I am so old now. I'm a slay gogo right now, but I never knew this about me. Like, listen, I'm a good person. But the reason why I always considered myself a bad friend was because it was easier for me to lose a friend. Like, friendships to me did not matter. Like, if you hear, you hear. When you're gone, you're gone. Like, it's not something that I will work hard, try to bring you over my side. You can be my friend and not talk to me for days, and and I wouldn't even know what happened. I would not even go and ask, and that is why I considered myself a bad friend, because I'm not afraid to lose friendships. I'm not afraid to lose friends. In fact, for the longest time, I used to think that I'm good without friends, because I grew up business show me, right? Like, it's something that my mom was so strict. And I think going into adulthood, it was so difficult for me to actually have friends. I'll make friends until I met one friend that broke that whole thing, that wall. And that friend became my bestie for life, like became like my sister. And I think she opened up doors for other friends to come in. Like, it was easier for me to love the idea of being other girls' girlfriend, have girlfriends of my own. It was cute. People you can go out with, people you can laugh with, people you can actually gossip with, And thinking about it right now, I know that the ages that goes on right now, they need something like that. They need stable friendships. They need comfortable friendships. They need reliable, dependable friendships. And when I say this, I'm not canceling out what I said before, that friendships should feel easier. I'm talking in a sense that they should be your happy place, They should be where you cry, where you smile, where you laugh at things. They should be where you are reminded, without anybody taking offense. They should be a place where you're free. You're free to be you. And it doesn't matter how cold it is, it just feels warm to be with this person, because This is friendship. You don't have to talk every day. You don't have to see each other every day, but you just know that this one's got my back. You understand? That kind of a friendship. But we still see those. Anyways, going back to me. So I realized this about me, and this is why I've always considered myself a bad friend. Because meaning I can never be your ride or die or whatever. You know, when you need me, I'm there. And if I could, I would. So there was a lot of things that happened during my absentia, like hibernating. There's something that I noticed about me. I'm so huge, guys. I'm so huge on boundaries. And I think that has hindered chance Yahoba, a good friend and a best friend, and because I'm so huge on boundaries. And another person would ask, but what has boundaries got to do with you not being able to have friends? Do you understand? I cannot confront situations. Look. As a mom, you are faced with a lot. So yes, it's a must. You have to confront situations. You have to confront issues. You have to. And that's okay. It comes naturally because you're a mom. These people fall under you, so you're placing things in order. And that's part of your life, that you are making sure that everything is set. Right? And then comes your social life, your friends. And this is where I fail dismally. With me, I don't confront issues. And don't say I don't confront, because I never did, but in a friendship, I'm very teachable. So if you're going to introduce yourself as this type of a person, I'm teachable. I'm going to learn that, and it sticks with me. So if the very first time we have an issue, right, you should understand when it comes to confronting an issue, for me, it takes an arm and a leg, a whole mountain, a whole elephant, whole America, like whole South Africa, the whole continent as well. Like for me, I have to build up courage to come and confront you, right? So if I have to come and confront you after all that building I just did, to come and confront you, and on top of it, I have to develop a muscle for your defense. I had with. If I could learn that you don't want to know the truth, I'll tell you. You've killed that whole concept. You're confronting issues with you, because it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen ever again, because now I know who you are. I don't have the energy to go toe to toe trying to over explain my emotions at that moment in time, how I'm feeling, how you've wronged me or whatever. And I could still love you and not tell you how you hurting me. Like, this is the person that I am. But you see, the dangerous part about it, Kuri, if I don't get to tell you how you wronged me or what you've done that I was not okay with, or the type of things that don't sit well with me, I low-key resent you for behaving in that manner or doing those type of things over and over. I low-key resent you. It has always been my biggest problem when it comes to keeping friends. if you don't know, you're going to continue to do that. So no, boundaries for me, it's very huge. It's a big deal to me. And the worst mistake I've ever done in my life in regards to friendships was never enforcing them too much. Listen, Mina, if my boundaries, if you don't know my boundaries, or you don't understand my boundaries, then you will never understand me. Because I'm a friendly person. I know how to smile in front of your eyes, in your face, I will smile. But inside, I will be so mad at you for certain things. But because I hate confrontations, I hate, especially if you've taught me that I can't confront you with things. It's difficult. And go, like I said, come with your friend, sit, Libon. Things that we don't talk about in friendships, the do's and don'ts, we don't do. The things that a friend will do that you feel so annoyed about, and you feel like, okay, so I've got this. Let me tell you a little story, right? Let me tell you a little story. And I'm going to take an incident it's in recently. Name. I've got a bestie that I love so much. Now, my daughter was turning 18 years. She basically just turned 18 years now. And I think months back or weeks back, prior to the time, we spoke about, you know how kids, teenagers are must at school, né? So I will tell her, don't smoke, don't do her, please, don't touch alcohol. I will give you alcohol now with my hand. Like, it's something that my mom believed, and I don't know if it's happened with my sisters before, but it happened with me, that at some point she decided, well, in the end, it's really okay, but anyway, my mom decided finally, you know what, I was old enough, and when we eat, she loved Hudula around the table, and she would have a glass of wine, and so she loved hosting, so she loved having a whole lot of people that comes at our house, and she would just host, she would cook up a storm, and there'd be wine, and there'd be bev, so, and then I got the opportunity to get a glass of wine on the table while we're eating and the whole meaning behind it, her explanation was that I prefer that you have it your first drink, may it come before it comes from people or whatever, and you stealing, and then you understand alcohol differently. So I appreciated that, and I always say to her, when you turn 18, I will give you your first glass of wine. And this is not for drinking or whatever. We would do it when we're celebrating a day, and we'll pick a restaurant, we'll go, and I can give you your first glass of wine, but that's it. Not to say, Hore, I will sit with my child and we can drink. Nah, that's not it. But it was like, your first drink will come and I did that, and I'll tell you all about it someday. So I think my friend also likes that idea of, we were gonna celebrate my daughter, and I didn't have a problem with it. Days prior that time, right? Oh my God, my bestie does not know this is what she did. And I think, like I'm telling you right now, I don't know how to confront issues. I did not confront her with this one as well, even though I was mad about it, and I was mad, disappointed about it. So basically what happened was, a week prior that time, we start deciding where I want to go and where I want to take the kids, right? And she also says, okay, I think that's a great idea, and yeah, we'll come with my kids as well, and we can, 2 days prior, my daughter finds out this is what we've been discussing with my friend, that, and in her head, she's always imagined it or envisioned it as just she and I and her siblings, right? And so she spoke to me and she says, Mommy, but I thought this was going to be our moment, I think because she knows once my friend is there, the focus will go to my friend, because obviously it's just me and my friend, and we were planning to do something in a very light, and it was no longer a restaurant. We were going to do something light, go have activities, then later on go somewhere, have burgers or something. I remember we chose something light because my car broke that week, so I didn't have a car. So the restaurant we wanted to pick, places we wanted to go, it wasn't so conducive for us anymore, so we couldn't. So we chose another, because I made a promise and I'm like, okay, time is running out, and at this point I need to make this happen, even though I'm concentrating on, I'm focusing on fixing the car and stuff. And I thought, okay, this is fine. And she speaks to me, she says, I love Mama, I love her, but I want this to be about you and I, and there's a lot of talks and stuff. And I'm like, okay. She explained, and I think what she spoke about was also the fact that my besties, when she celebrated birthday with her kids, it was just her and the kids, and I understood her. Oh, okay. Even though it did not really bark, but it was like, oh, okay, nice. Her kids, us with our mom, but she felt, Mara, it wasn't really like that. So I felt, okay, fine. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to my friend and I will speak with her. Spoke with her, and bear in mind, I said, I need to de-invite you. I'm gonna have to de-invite you. I think those were my correct words. I'm gonna need to de-invite you. And bear in mind, there was never like a previous invitation. It's just that it was something we were discussing, and it was in agreement that she was coming. Like, I didn't find anything wrong with that. Sorry about that. Marahe, we spoke about it, and she felt like maybe let's just call her in, and I'm like, but no, because look, in my house, hierarchy is still king. Okay, in my house, I don't give, there's no democracy in my house. Okay, fine, I'm a young mom, but I'm still that mom, so my child will, if they've got problems, they will go via me, and I will definitely, if it's somebody that's older, so I felt like, no, there was no need, because she had spoken to me. Fine. Guys, let me tell you, the very next day, so I went to work the very next day, but I understood, her response. I understood her, and I'm hoping that listening to this, because I'm trying to give a very correct specifics of the event, of that particular incident, or let me not make it sound extreme, like just, but that day, specifics of that day, of that conversation. And so I remember her saying, but I can't change my dates because I already made promise to my kids. I already made promises to my kids that we're going. And I was like, but it's okay, because it's no man's land, But I decided also that, man, it was going to be awkward. This is my friend. This is somebody I love. Obviously, the fact that we can get both to a place with our friends and with our kids and we miss each other, like, like it wasn't gonna work. So it was an awkward situation that she was suggesting, and I thought, okay, but it's fine. I will see how it works. So in my head, I'm like, no, I can't make it awkward for her. It's not fair, because I mean, that's my child that decided to and guys, so the very next day I go to work, but I also, as I get to work, I'm also thinking of more places that we could go so that we don't have an awkward situation. So I decided that I was going to take the kids I decided, why not change the location? So in fact, we won't go on that very Thursday, we will go, but on Saturday. We'll go Saturday so that she can have her time, and I will change this one's Nababona and location and the date, everything, and I can take them on Saturday so that everybody is happy, I need to be comfortable. So basically what happened was, my car was not getting better. So at this point, the location I'm picking right now, it's still far. To request Uber, to request Bolt, it's gonna take major. So when I'm still at work and I'm making quotations, I'm trying to find out how the expenses, the budget, everything. And my child calls me and she says, Mommy, Mama was just here, and she came to confront me about, why I don't want them to come, or why they're not coming and joining us. And she felt cornered. At this point, it was more a case of, asking her, but why won't you want to come? I wasn't okay with the fact that now we have to be de-invited or whatever. And like, you and I, we are adults now. If you've got issues, you are allowed to come and talk to me straight, because I don't want the case where there's grudges between you and I or whatever, something like that. And let me tell you something, I think she meant it in a nicest way, but not very nicest, but not as it comes out. You must remember the maturity she has and my 18-year-old is not the same level. They're not on the same par level when it comes to maturity. So hence, I believe if I could have a problem with your child, I can go to your child and go, if we've got issues, that's still 2000. That's what she heard. I think what my friend was saying is that, if you feel there is something, I've got an open door policy. You can come. You can talk to me like, hey, Mama, this is what's happening. All right. And because you're not 2000, she heard beef was the word she used. She says, when you've got beef with me, that's what my daughter heard. That's the word that my daughter used, but I don't think my friend used beef. So she says, if I've got beef with her, I can come. And listen, I am making it sound very light right now because I have gotten over it. I got time okay, because hell, I didn't confront it, and she still doesn't know until now. If she will watch this, she will know that actually took place. But listen, after I get that call, my heart sank. I was partially angry. I was partly disappointed. I felt disrespected. I felt annoyed. I felt pissed. I felt, you don't respect me. You don't respect my boundaries. You do not have boundaries. You overstepped the mark. You overstepped the line. You basically came into my home and set your own rules in my house. Now my 18-year-old now has a right to address an elder. This is not how I'm raising my child. You see, if you had understood my boundaries, then you understand that this is not how I do these things. Hence, I'm saying, if you don't understand the boundaries as somebody laying down, then it's so hard to understand this person, even though Okamorata, and even though she's your bestie, or even though she's your partner, or whatever. I'm just keeping to friendship only right now. And you totally disregarded my, how can I put this? When you requested that we call her in and ask, I said no, there was a reason. It's a code between me and my kids. So they spoke to me, you broke that code, you broke that confidentiality that they have in me. I speak to you, even though they know, in my own way, I will go and I will speak to you, even though they know, but they need to also be confident enough to come and say, Mommy, this and this did not sit well with me. And how I go about addressing those issues with the person that has done whatever to them, they don't need to know about it. And for you to go and say, I felt disrespected. As my bestie, I felt like maybe she shouldn't have gone that far. As my bestie, I felt like I have not opened the door for you to go through my guys. I'm telling you, I'm very huge on boundaries. Like me, I'm that old-fashioned person. Knock, don't just come in the house. Knock. Wait until I say Kena. And I don't care if you're my bestie, if you're my loved one. I even said it before, even when I go home, I still do the same things. I still knock even when I go to the same house that raised me for 23 years before I could actually go out and get married and be on my own and start my own family and run my own household. I still do that even when I get home. You understand? I'm the type of person who I will respect your privacy, your space. I will respect it. I am that person. So in my defense is that I've never enforced those boundaries a lot, as much as I could have, as much as I should have. I didn't, and it went to that far, and my heart sank, and it was painful. I felt hurt, but I did what I always do when I get to that type of situation. I shut myself in. I just keep a bit of a distance, shut myself in until I'm okay, then I'm shut. I'm that person, you know? And then I go back to you, and you never did. You'll never know that you did that. And I think also part of the thing that really did not sit well with me was the end of the conversation with my daughter, where she now says, don't tell her I spoke to you. Because in my head it's like, you are setting another standard in the house, or your rule in the house, where there's secrets between me and my kids now because you are saying it's okay. And trust me when I say I'm unwell and I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm fine with it. And the reason I'm telling you now, the reason, because I want you to understand that there are certain things as a friend you can hurt your friend, and I'm not perfect. I'm not immune to mistakes. I probably hurt my friends all the time. My behavior, the fact that I would even be this person that shuts herself in when I'm going through problems, or when they've done something and they don't even know why I'm shutting myself in. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But one thing I love about my bestie is that she is very open and she's quick to confront issues. So if she's unhappy with something that I've done, she's quicker to say, Mokosi, I think we should talk, and she will lay it down, you know? And there is so many things I think I could point out that I love this girl for. And I think maybe, I don't know if she will point out she loves me for certain things, but I know that she's the kind of a friend that has your back. No matter what, but not because I've got boundaries. Sometimes it feels like loggerheads, all the time. But I know that we love each other. And I think at that moment in time, when that happened, I might have felt how I felt, but it did not decrease the love. I did not love her any less. But the problem, my fear is that with each and every time an issue will arise or issue will happen, as a friend, if you don't confront these issues, you are setting yourself up for a fall. You are setting your friendship up for a fall. And your friendship is sitting in a very dangerous position. Guys, we need to talk. Let me give you a quick example. When you start working, right, and you find employment, you start applying, you apply, you eventually get called for interview, and we check if you are the right candidate, and when you are finally employed, you are given a contract to sign with your job description, also your requirements. In fact, your requirements, you know them while you're still reading this ad, your employment on the newspaper or wherever it's advertised. You learn that there are certain requirements for you to perform better at that company, for you to be the best candidate. And that's how I see boundaries. For you to be a friend of mine, you have to know my boundaries as much as I need to know yours. And if my boundaries and your boundaries don't align, then ma'am, thank you, bye. Next. Because honestly, this is why you're going to find yourself in a friendship where you are miserable. In a friendship where, there's a lot of low-key competitions, or there's low-key jealousy, or there's low-key hatred, and people are not friends, they are frenemies. And you've heard the term was frenemies. You will find yourself in those kind of positions because you never laid your boundaries. So you kind of like have a baseless foundation when it comes to friendship. And this is why now, all along, you picking things as you go. You are finding things out. And you lose this friendship. And at this point in time in our age, and I think about 2000, they can change friendships as much as they want. But with us, stability. With us, we need friends that are there for us, that makes life easier for us. I'm talking about friends that can use you or friends that can know. I'm talking about friends that can make life easier. I could have a problem and I could call my friend and she could come and we could both lie on the same bed and drink wine and talk about our problems and cry and laugh afterwards and make each other feel good and laugh at our stupidity. But also the kind of friendship that we are able to have uncomfortable conversations. Call me out on my wrongs without having to feel like I'm gonna take offense on it, or you have to be on your guard because this person is gonna be so vile and defensive and all of a sudden build a wall because we don't agree. There are those conversations that we find so uncomfortable, so upsetting, that they are so hardcore. Those conversations, who are able to stand on those. We want to grow. These are the people we are growing with as well. Not the kind of friendship where when I sit with you, and weird things according to, because now you need to see me as or I have to sound bigger just because I'm around you or whatever. No, No. I want the kind of friendship where I am myself. I could say 1, 2, 3, and you can say, oh, okay, this is what I understand. I want the kind of friend where I can trust your judgment with everything. I want the kind of friendship where, like my friend will tell me, oh, it's not your thing. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong. But I'm learning, at least she's constructive about it. But also, I want a friend that will not deal you an energy that she herself won't tolerate. That's what I wish for you guys. Moving forward, I want to be a better friend. And because I know this about me now, I need to be vocal more when it comes to certain issues. I need to be able to confront issues and and I need when my friend confronts me with issues, I need to be more approachable. Okay? I need to not always shut myself in when I'm going through problems, because believe it or not, I do need my friends. This is what I realized also in growing up, that no man is an island, so you can never just be without friends. You do need friends. I think also another thing that played a huge role is that now I'm a blabbermouth. I talk a lot, so my problems, I don't need to just tell to one person. I will serve it to a whole 100 people, and then I will feel better. And what you do with that information, yeah. But you see, that mentality don't work anymore, because we expose ourselves too much to people that don't even care about us, who will then expose us to other people that don't care about us. And word of mouth, it's very cruel, because it can either make or break you. So moving forward, I want to be able to enforce my boundaries. And yeah, obviously, when you are in friendship, just like in relationships, it's not really about just you alone, but it's about us. I wish you guys could sit and be able to watch this episode with your best friend. And I pray that none of you should be awkward afterwards, should be uncomfortable. And hopefully, just after watching this with your bestie, you could have some sort of a conversation about your friendship, while fixing each other's crowns. You'll always change boyfriends and husbands, but your friend is like that doctor and how that your family doctor that has your file, that has your medical history, that knows everything about you. Your friend is exactly like that. They know everything about you. So imagine jumping from one friendship to another just because you don't know how to enforce boundaries, or you don't know how to respect boundaries. Guys. Let's never be afraid to have those kind of uncomfortable conversations with our friends. Let's never be afraid, or let's never resent to be called out on our shortcomings or our imperfections, but also as friends that are able to do such and confront. May we never be vile within our approach, may we be the kind of friends that will deal each other the kind of energy that will tolerate when it's dealt back to us. Nobody's bigger in a friendship. But don't belittle anyone to make yourself feel good. Don't expect anybody to play dead just to make you feel good about yourself. You want to add your 50 cents worth or share with us, please, man, go to our comment section and flat and just leave your comments there, and let's see what you think, guys. Woo, I haven't done this in a while, so it felt so awkward. But there's a lot that I'll be telling you, a lot more storytelling that is coming, and of course, a lot more divas, and obviously the people that will be joining me on this very table where we're going to be sitting and discussing issues. We are growing up now, and we are fixing ourselves, we are fixing each other's crowns, and Ritintana. Oh gosh, I can't say that, can I? Okay, never mind. I'm out. Thank you so much for your time. And obviously, getting to the end of this episode, let me see you again next week on another episode, another conversation with your girl Ms. Mo, right here on Ms. Mo Unleashed. Guys, I love you so much. Yeah. Okay. We'll meet again. We'll definitely meet again.